Welcome to Tutor Souls channel. I'm your trainer Nidhi. If you are new here, please subscribe to this channel. So today we are going to see top 10 tips for IELTS listening section. Before we start discussing about 10 most important tips for IELTS listening test, let me brief you about the IELTS listening format. IELTS listening format gets 4 sections. In these 4 sections, total 40 questions you get in exam, and each section you get 10 questions. For 40 questions, you get 30 minutes audio to listen, and extra 10 minutes you get to transfer your answers from question booklet to answer sheet. So total 40 questions and 40 minutes of time you get in exam. The section becomes progressively more difficult, and the section 4 being the most difficult. So make sure you are attempting your 4th section carefully, because it's gonna be the most difficult section in listening text. The audio will be played only once, and before playing the audio you will be given time to look at the question, and after the audio you will again get time to check your answer. So stay tuned, because at the end of the video I am going to give you one bonus tip how to avoid the most common mistake in IELTS listening section. So part 1 will be a conversation between two speakers, and this is the easiest part. Part 2 will be a monologue, that means only one speaker is talking. Part 3 again will be a conversation between two speakers or more than two speakers. And part 4, which is the last part in listening test, will be a monologue, a single speaker speaking. Our tip number 1 is get used to the accents. A good IELTS listening tip is to be prepared to hear all the accents which you are going to listen into the exam. For example, you hear Australian, American, Canadian, New Zealand and a mix of European countries' accents. However, although there are a mix of accents in the test, the majority tend to be the British. So make sure you are used to of these accents. So our tip number 2 is learn to listen and write together. It is very important that in listening test you improve your listening skills, but remember in the test you have to write and listen. So you should practice this too. One way to do this is you will practice with practice tests, but you can also try listening to audio and taking notes at the same time. This will improve your ability to listen and write at the same time. So our tip number 3 is practice the pronunciation of confusing letters and numbers. So what is confusing letters and what is confusing numbers when it has been spoken in British or American accent? Often words are spelled out in the test by a speaker and numbers are read out. So make sure you can recognize how different letters sound in the different accents, not just words, including the numbers as well. So our tip number 4 is predict the topic what you listen. So yes, predicting the topic means you are visualizing what you are listening and you are making pictures in your head. It helps you to listen if you know what kind of conversation is taking place, so you can picture it in your head. So look through each section in the time you are given and ensure you have an idea of who is speaking to who and what the content is. Our tip number 5 is predict the answers. Yes, when you predict the answer, it becomes more easier for you that what kind of specific information you are listening to this question. For example, in section 1, you often have to listen for names, numbers and addresses. Have a look at the questions in the time you are given and work out what needs to go in the space, a number, name or an address. You are more likely to catch it when the answer arises. So it is also a very good strategy that you predict the answer, that what you are going to listen, is it for numbers or is it for addresses. So our tip number 6 is don't leave the answer blank, because you don't have negative marking for guessing the answer. If you don't know an answer, guess. always write something in the box on your answer sheet. Who knows, maybe you guessed right, and you can always write your answers in both capital letters or small letters. Our tip number 7 is underline the keywords. When you underline the keywords, it will help you to listen for the synonyms of the words you have underlined, because they are the most important words in the question. When you look through the question, particularly in the more difficult parts 3 and 4, underline keywords such as names, places and dates in the question. So it will help you to hear the answer. Remember, as explained, that synonyms are often used, so make sure you are underlining the important keywords. So our tip number 8 is careful with question orders. You often get questions such as diagram, tables or charts to complete. In these kinds of questions, the answers does not follow the direction that left to right answers are gonna come, or top to bottom you are going to get answers. So check the progression carefully, otherwise you will get lost and confused, because this question will not necessarily go from left to right or top to bottom. So in these kinds of questions you should be careful with question order. So our tip number 9 is careful with what you write down. Speakers will often give you the answer, then they will correct themselves. So the first answer that looks right may actually be wrong. So you should be very careful with what you write down. You have to wait, listen to all the parts of the dialogues. So our 10th most important tip is focus on grammar and spelling in listening test. You should spell correctly and check that your answers are grammatically correct. You lose marks if you misspell a word or if you put a word in the wrong grammatical form. If the answer you hear is the verb complete, but you write the answers in its noun form, for example, completing or completion, it will be marked incorrect. So make sure you are focusing on grammar and correct spelling when you are writing an answer. So now my bonus tip is look out for paraphrasing and synonyms, and listen for paraphrasing and synonyms very carefully. Remember that what you hear will most likely not be exactly the same as is written on the exam paper, as that would be too easy. The question use things such as synonym, so you must listen carefully for synonyms and paraphrasings. Thank you for watching this video. My best wishes for your IELTS exam. If you like this video, please mention in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. Stay